All right, I just want to welcome everybody to this Zoom call. Tonight we're going to talk about taking healthy back at any age, because healthcare truly is our choice, and it cannot be up to the government anymore. Healthcare costs are just going just crazy, and doctors are prescribing tests to cover their liability. And we're just seeing more and more diseases at younger and younger ages. And so again, it's up to us. So I want to just share a few things that I have learned through my journey of healthcare. And I just want to also say that we want to just know, like, if this makes no sense to you and it's not answering any of your health needs, then feel free to say, no, this is not what I'm looking for at this time. And if it does make sense to you, then we certainly want to help you to get started and to share maybe with other people that you're thinking of that also need to hear this. And if at any time we say something that just doesn't make sense and you're not sure, then please ask us questions, because we want to make sure your questions get answered, but it also helps us to understand what we are not explaining clearly to you. And we need to just say it a better way. So it's a great learning experience for us also. So no question is too small, and there is never a dumb or bad question. So the two things that I'm noticing that are really startling trends in our world today are, one is the environmental toxins are just really increasing. So many more pesticides and herbicides going into our land and the runoffs into our lakes. So that is increasing a lot there. And then just our food quality is decreasing. We have a lot more preservatives in our food. That's why our canisters and jars are a lot bigger. Flavor enhancers, emulsifiers, synthetic vitamins. Synthetic vitamins are made in a factory. They're a chemical and they're put into a pill or a capsule. And our bodies don't know what to do with that. And then again, we have GMO'd food, which again, our bodies don't know how to process it. It might be resistant to bugs and pests, but our bodies don't know how to use the GMO products. So there's less nutrition because our soil is depleted. We have pesticides, trans fats, which are supposed to be getting out of our foods, but are still in there. Artificial colors, which can affect our brain function. And then, of course, growth hormones. In today's produce, when I was a kid, I always heard we had to eat 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So when I look at it, I'm like, oh, wow. So the broccoli that I ate when I was a kid had much more nutrients for my body and cells than it does today. So not only do I need to consume more, 7 to 13, it's hard to consume that much. And then, so now we're consuming more food, yet we have more sedentary lives. So again, a lot more food, a lot less activity is creating the overweight America that we see. And that it just surprises me that the food that I'm buying in the store is got 5 to 40% less nutrient content in it. So again, when I eat my food, I want to make sure it has the highest nutrient content I can possibly get. And then I get a lot of people asking, what is oxidative stress and how is it linked to our poor health? Well, the easiest way for me to describe oxidative stress is when we cut an apple. And we all know that when we cut an apple, it's going to turn brown. So what we do to prevent the browning is we put lemon juice on it. So lemon juice is the antioxidant. It stops that browning. And so again, that's what's happening in our body. Our cells are being hit 10,000 times a day with those oxidants. Those oxidants come just because we're breathing, we're living, we're eating. Every time we eat, our body has to burn that food and make the energy that's needed, causing oxidants. And so when we put in antioxidants, which are our fruits and vegetables and berries, we are reducing that oxidative stress, which is decreasing that aging process and allowing us to look younger and keep our cells younger and healthier. So the other question is, what's the difference between a multivitamin then and an apple or any piece of food? Why wouldn't we just take a multivitamin to bridge this gap? And the difference is a multivitamin has between 20 and 32 nutrients in it, or vitamins in it. And they take those maybe from food, but a lot of times they just make that same vitamin in a factory and they put it in a pill. So again, our bodies just swallow these pills, but that doesn't mean they understand how to break them down and absorb it and get it into our cell. When we eat food, though, we get phytonutrients, and I like to call them the ingredients that God naturally puts in our food. So when I look at this apple, you'll see the list of 400 ingredients there, and that is what is found in an apple. So every time I eat an apple, I am getting that many nutrients into my cell, and my body knows how to break down and use an apple to help my cells repair and function properly. And so that is why we kind of have the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But the same goes for any fruits and vegetables we might eat. So why is Juice Plus unique? And a little bit about me is that at first, I didn't understand what Juice Plus was. And I knew that in order for my family to be healthy, we needed more food, not a vitamin. So I was really happy to see that Juice Plus has 45 whole foods in it, if you're taking the shakes and the trio mix. And we have a food label. So, as a mom, when you're looking for that security and peace of mind, all the vitamins have the child's safety seal on them. So it says right there that if they overdose, you're going to have to call poison control, and the warnings all on them. And sometimes they even say don't take them if you're pregnant and nursing without asking a doctor. So again, those are all warnings to me. If it's not good for my child, or if I can overdose on it, then why would I want to take it in the first place? With a food label, it's like any food. It's like your can of green beans. You can eat as many cans of anything you want, or a whole bag of apple. Nothing's going to happen. Your body knows how to process that. It also gives me all those phytonutrients. So the slide before this, we saw the 400 ingredients in an apple. Well, every food has got its own list of ingredients or phytonutrients. So I'm getting the phytonutrients of all the food. We also use non-GMO'd food. So again, my body knows how to process it. It is all dairy-free and it is all gluten-free. And then what impressed me the most was the NSF certification, is that is a third party that comes in and reviews Juice Plus, and they're checking constantly to see that everything we're putting on the label is truly in the product. So there are no fillers or substitutes. And then also the clinical research, to have over 35 published clinical studies that are peer-reviewed, gold standard studies published in medical journals around the world, and not even just in the US, because a lot of other countries have much higher standards than us. And then again, just looking at where they are researched all over, these are big name universities wanting to see what Juice Plus does in different areas of our health. And the fact that Juice Plus allows me to say that we are the most researched nutritional product in the world, I love that, because that gives me the confidence and assurance that truly we are the best on the market for actually making a difference in people's health. And some of the things that we have been researched on supporting and seeing an improvement in the health is the improvement in cardiovascular wellness. We all know that heart attacks and strokes are a huge factor in a huge medical bill. Those are a heart attack or open heart surgery can cost up to $100,000. And so that is a very big thing that we want to reduce that on. But also I want to say that when we improve our cardiovascular wellness, we improve the circulation throughout our bodies. And that's also going to help better with your wound healing, with your energy level, of getting the nutrients to every cell, and just the oxygen that is needed for your whole body. Supporting your immune system. I saw this right off the bat. We were a very sick family. We were on antibiotics at least once, if not multiple times a year, and on inhalers, and always at the doctor's office. And I was able to see within 1 year that we no longer took antibiotics. And within 2 years, we were no longer on inhalers. So I was really able to see our immune system improve. Improving the gum tissue. Again, you're going to notice less bleeding when you're flossing or brushing your teeth. Your pocket depth is going to be better. reducing that oxidative stress. Again, as I said, it's going to reduce that aging process in you. And so you're going to notice healthier skin, and you're going to feel younger and look younger. Reducing inflammation. We carry so much inflammation throughout our body from the foods we eat that are just inflammatory. And that is causing a lot of our autoimmune diseases. So by reducing that helps our bodies also to not get the diseases we have. Protecting your DNA. I can't think of anything more important, especially if you are young, pregnant, or thinking about being pregnant. Protecting your DNA so you do not pass on the genes from your parents onto your unborn child, but just even, again, helping you protect your own body if you come from a family where cancer or heart attacks or strokes are prevalent. And then healthier skin. We buy so much skin products for the outside of our skin to put on, but really the best way to help your skin is from the inside out, because that is where the cells, the circulation, the hydration is all taking place. And then we've also been researched in being insulin resistant. So again, lowering that diabetic tendency that we're seeing, and abdominal fat mass, especially in young boys, but in anybody. Quality of life is improved. You are at the doctor's office, you aren't on as much medication. And then lung health. And I have to speak on this because I had a lot of kids on asthma and inhalers, and I was really able to see that with Juice Plus, the lungs really did improve. And that is because the study we have on our lung health is done with smokers. So they continued to smoke and took Juice Plus. And then we had another group that stopped smoking and did not take Juice Plus. And the group that continued to smoke and took Juice Plus actually had a better lung function than those who just stopped smoking. So again, super great study to understand how this is improving our cells. So when I looked at what was in Juice Plus, it really helped me to realize why this would bridge the gap between what I do eat and what my body needs at a cellular level. So just looking at the Orchard blend, I don't even eat an apple a day, let alone beets, oranges, dates, cranberries, papayas, peaches, pineapples, or prunes. I just don't eat those every single day. So right there, I was able to see what my body was lacking. I eat a banana every day, but a banana is not on there. So that's just adding more food, which is great, to my diet, but I'm not eating those. And then if I looked at the garden blend, I don't eat kale or spinach or parsley or cabbage, again, every day. And then the beets, I just wouldn't even know where to find it. Bilberry and elderberry, a black currant, to be even able to consume those. And I usually don't buy berries just because of the expense and how few days they last. So when I realized that a bite of all of these every day, just that little bit of all of these nutrients in my body was what was making the improvement on my health, it made sense to me. And that's what I realized our bodies were missing. And then again, we have the shakes, and the shakes are our macronutrients. So where our capsules and gummies are micronutrients and they get right into your cells, the shakes have calories, they have fiber, they have protein. This is like either in place of a meal or as a snack. I love my vanilla one in the morning I add some more fruits and vegetables to it. A lot of times in the afternoon, I will either have a vanilla or chocolate one. And you can just blend them with water or almond milk and ice. They're great. I love that they're low glycemic, so my blood sugars don't spike. They are vegan. They're non-GMO. There's no dairy or gluten in them. They're an all plant-based protein. And I do get my 8 grams of fiber with each shake. And then again, because we care so much about the health of America and around the world and getting as many fruits and vegetables in your body as we can. So we've made it simple, taking the capsules and the gummies, and then also having the shakes. But if you love gardening, the Tower Garden is awesome. You can grow it outside. You can grow it in your house. We have lights that you can put on it, so you can use it all year round. It grows 30% more produce than if you were to have it in the ground. And there's no dirt. There's no weeding, which is my favorite. It uses 90% less water and 90% less space. So the basic tower garden allows you to plant 20 plants, and then you can also get an extension which allows you to have 28 plants on it. And I have 4 of these, and I absolutely love them. I do a variety of salads and foods on them. I even had one that was just strawberries, and I even had some flowers on the top of that one in the winter, and it made winter fun and pretty. So I just want to be able to explain to you too, just a little bit. Juice Plus, we have always wanted to make sure we cost less than a Starbucks a day. And this is a very cheap, non-fancy Starbucks drink a day to get this many fruits and vegetables in your diet. So the first one is the trio, and that's our fruits, vegetables, and berries. And it's for $2.38 a day. You're going to get shipped a 4-month supply, but you're going to pay 1 month at a time. So it's $71.25 per month that you're going to be paid. And this allows you, the reason why we ship 4 months at once is it's food. So it's going to take a little while to see the difference that food makes. It's not a quick fix pill. Also, since it is food, if you feel anything coming on or you're traveling and you need to take extra so you don't get sick, you have it on hand to be able to do that. And then we just work with you on where your supply is. And then our shakes are $2.05 a serving, which is a very reasonable price for a protein, high fiber, all plant-based, totally food shake. It is not $61.50 a month. It is $30.25 a month. The reason why we have that on there is, again, if you want to do the Shred 10, which is right below that, you take 2 shakes a day. And so we don't ship enough. One box of shakes does not have enough shakes for you to do 2 shakes a day. So you would need 2 boxes. But I always just encourage people, just get 1 box. You can either pay it for, like I said, the $30.25 a month for the 4 months, or I look at my shakes more as part of my grocery bill. And so I can just pay it in full at $118. And then whenever I use up those shakes, I just call and get another shake order shipped. So it's totally up to you. Whereas the Juice Plus capsules, I definitely take those more regularly. So it makes more sense to bill that out over the 4-month period. So I hope this makes sense to you. I'm going to ask, one more thing, slide. Sorry about that. So what I noticed is really cool is how we got started is that Juice Plus allows you as an adult to sponsor 1 child and get them free. So I have 8 children. So what we did was we paid for 5 and we got 5 free. So that helped reduce the cost. But at the time that we started Juice Plus, I had over $700 going out monthly in medical bills, prescriptions alone. And so I couldn't add any more expense to our family's budget. So as we got started, I also joined the mission of sharing Juice Plus with others. I have a passion for this. My degree is in health. I love wanting to be healthy. So it just seemed to be a natural fit. And I've truly loved watching families get healthy and other people's health improve and get off the medication just like we did, and reducing the medical bills that we also have been able to reduce. So today we don't have medical bills other than a chiropractor. And I contribute that to Juice Plus because Juice Plus has helped us to eat more, be more aware of our health, and drink more water and cut out the sugar and the pops and the soft drinks that we used to consume. So again, we want to answer any questions you might have in understanding this, because it's been just such a joy. I mean, my Juice Plus income now not only covers my Juice Plus, but covers more than my mortgage. So I really love the fact that I get to share this, and I want Stephen to share now a little bit of his journey with Juice Plus. And so I'm going to turn it over to him.
All right. Hey, everyone. So my name is Stephen Wienfeld, and I'm a recent graduate of College of the Ozarks. While attending there, I studied agriculture, specifically plants with a emphasis in agronomy and horticulture. I grew to love plants and specifically food crops while growing up. I spent a lot of time outdoors in the garden with my grandma, and her love for gardening was easily passed on to me, and I inherited the tradition of our family's farming background. While cultivating my own crops and studying at school, I took on a keen love for soil. As weird as that sounds, I realized that soil is everything, forming the foundation for all agriculture and many could argue society. As you heard from Christine earlier in the PowerPoint, the nutrition content of our vegetables has steadily gone down. Studies have shown between 5 and 40% of the nutrients of our fruits and vegetables is gone, either from intense hybridization or selection or poor soil. So poor soil leads to stressed plants, and stressed plants are less nutritious. Even if they look healthy from the outside, they can be lacking nutrients. Sort of like the modern Westerner, they may look healthy on the outside, but on the inside, if you saw their veins or the health of their cells, you would find a different story. Like we often hear and know is true, a heart attack doesn't develop within a day. It develops over years, and it's the same thing with our soil and subsequently our produce. The mass-produced fruits and vegetables we find in our grocery stores are often unhealthy and stressed plants that aren't getting or are unable to take up the nutrients they need. While in class, I observed that the modern farmers often use agricultural practices that maintain or deplete the land, but rarely to build or replenish its nutrients effectively. For this and other reasons, the USDA has gradually risen the recommended servings of fruits and vegetables over the years to where they now recommend 7 to 13 servings each day. Despite this, few farmers are changing their practices, and the average American, including myself, is not able to eat that many fruits and vegetables without nearly becoming a full-time vegetarian. Yet we still need those nutrients to maintain good health and procure a long and healthy life. I've heard a few farmers who have changed their practices and share how it took years, but often decades, to build their soil and regain nutrient-rich and living soil. We need those nutrients, and from my experience and from what I've learned, Juice Plus, along with greater awareness and consumption of whole foods, does an amazing job at filling our nutrient deficit. We strive to thrive, or we want to thrive, not just to survive. And so that's been my experience here and so far, and I love what the mission of Juice Plus is doing. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming, and please, any questions, we really want to help you. And if this doesn't make sense to you and it's not what you're looking for in your health needs, please feel free to just let us know that. And also, if we didn't explain something clearly or you have more questions, then we certainly want to answer those. But if this did make sense to you, then please, let's not waste another day starting to get you healthy and get yourselves healthy and your family healthy. And let's get started. So thank you so much for coming, and we'll talk again soon.